Yep.
Okay.
It's like around 3:05-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think wait for everybody also.
Hi everyone. Hello. So yeah, those of you are on YouTube, welcome. We'll start we start the presentations right in about 5 minutes. We'll just wait for other people to join in as well on YouTube. So let me just introduce myself. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Christian from AI4IMPACT. This is Xavier from NLB. And yeah, joining me also soon is Arnold from AI4IMPACT as well. And we are here to brief the program to you guys. So yeah, hi Chialun, hey Yeming, hi Eileen, Joshua. Hope you enjoy your summer break with your kids if you have one. Okay, Nicholas, Kavita, hi. Okay, maybe we'll just, I think let's start in about a minute. So I think since we have 300 plus, right, Xavier?
Yes. Today we have 300 plus registrants, I think. And also once again, hello everybody. I'm Xavier from National Library Board. Thanks, Christian, for the quick intro. Just a quick one while we wait for the rest. Welcome to today's launch of our latest chatbot challenge. This is actually the third time we are having already. So in the past sessions, we have seen some wonderful chatbots that are being created by the participants. We have some chatbots that talks about where's the best hawker food and where's the playground, which is like the most fun, and then the themes of the playground also. And so I'm really excited to see what are the chatbots that you folks can create. So that one I'll leave to Christian later, who will talk about the program outlines. So today we have the chatbot experts with us. We have Arno from AI4IMPACT, as well as Christian. They are the pros with regards to coding, chatbot utilizations, and they are very experienced with chatbot creations, and they have worked with NLB for quite a bit already. This is our third challenge already. So if you have any questions, you can type in the questions in the YouTube link, or you can join our Telegram chat, which I will post the link in the chat later. And as well as I fully encourage everyone to stay on the whole 4 weeks to get the full learning experience and create some wonderful chatbots. That part I will leave later. Okay, so Christian, over to you.
Okay.
We have 2 more minutes.
Nah, I think it's okay. I think the participant has been excited. Like you can see a lot of comments on the chat group.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think it's really nice to see all of you. Maybe you can just start the briefing right now, and just to and for all of you, just to I think the point is to learn and have fun. So we'll try to arrange the challenge as such that you can still learn a lot when it comes to building chatbots or building any kind of applications. But the most important part is that you build something that you can be very proud of. And number two, it really ties in to what you like, and it's a way for you to express your passion and creativity as well. And maybe some perspective you have in life, because right now all we need is more happiness right now. And with the current situations, I think we can all support each other. So welcome to the third NLB X AI4IMPACT chatbot, actually chatbot bootcamp, but it's chatbot bootcamp and challenge. And the topic for this third challenge is chatbots for humanity. Unleash your passion, make the world a better place. Okay. Next. So just a short introduction about us. So we are actually a global initiative. We run a global initiative called AI4IMPACT. We ourselves are a Singapore-based company called Terra AI. we use AI to predict the future, but also I think more and more like I think we apply like AI technology to make interactive applications to develop data-driven applications that help like they provide social impact, more focus on education and also about digital businesses. So it's so AI4IMPACT is a global AI learning community created by TerraWeather, a Singapore-based AI company, which aims to enable like non-IT talents, like basically like teachers, entrepreneurs, like students, or even like as young as like high school kids from all around the world to learn and develop AI applications for social impact. So we've been partnering with a lot of government institutions. Like recently, we just launched a national program with a government Ministry of Education in Indonesia. We also invited by Rwanda as well to launch national programs. But all in all, we still like focus on in Singapore as well. That's why we are invited by NLB for the third time. And so with here also it's a CEO of Terra AI and also like the one who initiate like AI4IMPACT as well, who Arnold. Hi Arnold, you're here.
Hi guys. Hi Chris.
Yeah, maybe you want to say something like tell a bit about what we do as AI4IMPACT, or maybe like just a short story about our company.
Yeah, so AI4IMPACT actually started off from actually a brainstorming session that we did actually, Chris and myself, many years ago. And the goal for us was to see if we could take what we had learned about data processing and AI from our own company, TerraWeather, and see if we can make it accessible to people who are non-programmers. Because we felt that AI is actually a big portion of, in fact, digital development and so on is actually pretty important. But a lot of people are being left out because they are scared of programming languages and programming and so on. And people think that AI has got to do a lot of programming, right? And true, it has to do with a lot of programming. But while what we did was for ourselves is that we made it simple, and we made it so that even people who are coming in, like yourself, perhaps you're not a programmer or you don't like programming, right? We make it really easy so that it's painless and you learn something and you can create something of value. And as Chris has said, we have actually since then, I think when we start, Chris, I think you started
2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2019 and 2019.
Yeah. And since then, we have had actually many programs and across the world. You can see the little red spots there is where we have had programs for students all over the world. And what we hope is that for this program, for you right now with NLB, it's wonderful to partner with NLB. And just to clear some confusion, I think you also explain, Chris, that this is not a weekend project. It's not something that is one-off, unfortunately. It's something that's pretty intense. Okay, so the program lasts for
4 weeks.
For 4 weeks, and it's actually fairly intense. Okay, so so I hope you guys enjoy what we have in store for you, and you enjoy the process as well. On to you, Chris.
Okay, thanks, Arnold. So back to the program as well. So that's about us. I mean, I think it's intense, but also we kind of like make it a little bit more fun and a little bit also like where you can get things done actually in day 1, and from day 1 till like week 4 you can just like improve and like apply the concepts to add on new features like bit by bit. So that way I think a lot of people kind of like the programs. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that like you can build something without some learning needed. Okay, so the topic for like this third round is learn and build chatbots, unleash your passion. So what we do is that like the theme is chatbot for humanity. So what we hope today what we hope to explore is that like is for you to be able to not just like learn chatbots or learn technical skills or learn how to build applications on one side, but also like just also to apply your passion and creativity, right? To build like chatbots that kind of like help people like around the world. By what we mean by helping means that it's not just like really like provide tangible help, kind of like solving their problems, but also like as simple as provide happiness or even like educate people about topics that you feel that they have to be, it's very important for them to know. So I mean, we make it fun. It's supposed to be a fun boot camp where you can learn and apply the skills that we taught to express your creativity and to show something, to show people, like to teach people something that that you know more than them. So I think we just had discussion with Xavier previously. Like I think one topic that pops up is actually like, you know, how can you encourage like daily, I mean a healthy like daily habit. So instead of like, you know, right now, like when COVID is going up, like again, like we have to have like some kind of like protect ourselves, right? Like how can you stay healthy? Maybe some of you, like, you know, learn yoga, and then like you feel that yoga is something that other people ought to know. Like why don't you apply that through, like, you know, through this like boot camp or competitions, right? Like chatbots to teach people how to do their own like DIY yoga or something like that. Or for example, like I think right now like sustainability is a topic that always pop up among like in Singapore. But I think like decoding like sustainability to something that is more like tangible or something that is more real is it definitely takes an effort. Maybe you guys know how to like sort garbages, or how to maybe like, you know, reduce like litters and all that. Like why don't you just like teach people how to do that? Because at the end of the day, other people are going to use your chatbot, and if they can learn a little bit of tool and apply what you taught them, I think that's kind of like, you know, making the world a better place. So that's definitely like what we are looking for. No prior programming experience required, because you don't have to build chatbots from scratch. Like we have some templates who are ready for you to hack from, like, or you call that, to apply from. And that templates also includes like a direct link with even like Singapore database. Singapore government has provided wonderful database for you to play around. But I think one thing that makes like a chatbot stand out from the rest is actually passion, imagination, and ingenuity. Down the line, you learn that, like, you know, it's not the most complicated chatbot that actually like that helps people, right? It's actually a simple chatbot, but it's actually that actually addresses like a lot of people's needs. There, and also like chatbots that in which the creator understands truly or passionate about a certain problem. So that's the beauty about these competitions. You don't have to create complicated chatbots, but hopefully you, from this experience, you know, you learn how to build an app, and also like how to connect with your users and improve your chatbots bit by bit. Yeah, three things that definitely like stand out, like because at the end of the day, it's not just about building applications. I think you will learn about three things. Number one is the computational thinking, how to break down a problem into smaller pieces to come up with the solutions. It's a very valuable skills if you want to tackle like real life problems, because chatbots, like, you know, gives you some kind of discipline to provide answers in the bite size. The question is that how can you construct your ideas or your solutions as such that, I mean, it's actually broken down into like bite-sized information or bite-sized guidance. The second one is creativity. I think that's something that that comes from everyone, basically, like how to create like meaningful chatbots, like how to create user interfaces, interactions, storyboard that both entertain and educate your users. It's not just enough to educate. I think entertain. It has to entertain your users as well, because they have to know why they have to use your chatbot first before they consume your content. The third one is confidence. It feels really good to build something that people use, and that's what we aim to get all of you experience during this boot camp. So have a sense of achievement, seeing your work come to life and being used by friends and family. So that's something that I think all of you can achieve easily, to be honest. But what takes more work is actually to go in depth, to learn the chatbot techniques, to learn a little bit about the skills that requires to create some kind of chatbot that sticks to your users, and that takes some process. But ultimately, I think like we we can assure you that like all of you should be able to come up with your own chatbots by the end of the day, no matter how simple or how complicated. So why chatbots, right? Why we use chatbots as the platform, right? Why not apps? So I think the background is that like because of COVID, a lot of people like resort to digital platforms, and like websites. I think websites is good enough, but as more and more people like are more used to like interact online, they like people like demand like more genuine experience, like human like experience. But at the same time, like as for us as as a business or as a teacher, as an change maker, right? We need to create a technology that is scalable. So I think chatbot is in a nice intersection where you can develop something that is simple, but yet like it provides like some kind of like meaningful experience for your users in a scalable way. So if website is like your shop, the shop that you see, let's say in the in the neighborhood mall, a chatbot is like the shop assistant that can guide the users to get to provide some kind of like products or values that they need. So as a result, right, that really helps business increase like online sales, or even like teachers as well, like scale up their teaching to more and more people. So when we talk about chatbot, it's not just the chatbot that you see perhaps like in banks or like in telcos, right? That's chatbot for customer like experience, for customer service. But right now, like when we look at our students chatbots can be used for a lot of things. I think number one is to educate people. Like number two is to match what people need and what you have as a product. And the third one is also to create some kind of like more viral marketing, so that like you are not just like selling like product just do hard selling, but also like more like soft selling, where you connect what the customer needs to what you have. So that's something that like we see. And I think it's not we have like I think more than 5,000 chatbots on our database, and you can always like explore what people have created right now. Some of more right now, because we have some national program in Indo, like some of the chatbots that appears on the trendings are in Indonesian language, but there are some like English language chatbot that you can see under like our curated chatbots. Yeah. So these are like the diversity of the chatbots that our students created, and the creativity part most likely comes from our participants, not from us. So for example, like the first one is the chatbot to help SME e-learning, like SMEs like advice about courses and about career development. Like there are also like chatbots that helps like catering company in Singapore, like provide advices to corporates on what is the most suitable like food for or catering options for them. Traveling chatbots also, like a tour guide that promotes like a destination in Indonesia. Hawker food Goe. So like it's a spin-off, or it's basically it's like Hungry Goe, but it's more interactive. It's created by NLB, like batch 2. Marketplace for F&B SMEs, like if you know some hawker food that you like, but it's kind of like a hidden gem, not many people know it. I think you can play a part by promoting their foods as well. Healthy living, like I think one kid from Indonesia actually developed a chatbot to promote healthy lifestyles. And also like there are also other things as well. So basically like it's up to the creativity comes from the participants. I think when you learn more and more, you discover that actually chatbot is not just like it's more like an interactive web. So what if a website can talk to you? Like that's I think like a better way to imagine like chatbots. It doesn't have to be like so to say like a corporate look. It doesn't have to be like professionals, but I think as long as it's kind of like address a customer problem, as long as you build something that relate to a certain type of audience, that will be sufficient for you to build a chatbot that is used by other people. So what are some ideas that you can explore, right? Because right now, like helping like saving the world or like helping people, I think there are a lot of topics that there's a lot of things you can do basically, and we leave it up to you to, so that like whichever passion you have, whichever like ideas you have, or whichever like volunteering activities you have, you can actually like create chatbots on top of it. So these are four things that our past students have done. So the first one is like we call it botfluencer. So basically, like the botfluencer acts as like an ambassador, right? As like an automated ambassadors, like bot ambassadors that promote certain initiatives or movement that basically help people, right? So what they do is to build a chatbot that educates people on why those initiatives matter, and why do they have to care about those initiatives. So I think this is suitable if you are, let's say, promoting certain kind of like empowerment program, or certain kind of like, even if you know like a hawker centers that, or an uncle that sells food that deserves to be known better. I think that's how you can help. The second one is how to bot. So interestingly, right? Because we also learn about, I think TikTok actually now is quite famous right now in Singapore, and the most famous category in TikTok category in Singapore is actually how to teach people how to do anything better. So if you like if you know a little bit more about like how to renovate house, or if you know a little bit more about like how to learn English in a more like interesting way, why not you build the how to bot that can be used by other people. So I think this is actually quite straightforward in terms of how it helps people, how it provides value. So we are looking forward, because I think I'm very sure like all of you like know something that other people like know less. So that's something that we are looking forward from you guys. The third one is impact bot. So I think a lot of like initiatives that is meaningful, right, are not told in the way that it's bite-sized or interesting for other people. So I mean, let's say if you know some kind of initiatives, why not tell by a story about them? So what you can do is to build a chatbot that educates people about issues around the world and how they can make positive change to the society. So because a lot of like, I think storytelling is very powerful. Like I think it's we don't have to explain further. So why not like convert some initiatives that you believe in into a story, so that like more and more people care about those initiatives. The fourth one, I think like this is something like if you are if you have kids who like to learn chatbots as well, I think the most fun way is to create an avatar bot. So basically like a bot that mimics an inspirational figure, but be wary about the copyright. So you can just create like some kind of like a spin-off name that mimics like a famous figure, and then like what you can do is that you build a chatbot that highlights their stories and lessons learned from based on their life journey. So, and I think another interesting part is that some of students from Singapore actually like take up an inspirational figure and create some kind of a Q&A bot that it allows like certain topic, like educational topic in Singapore, right, to be explained from the perspective of those inspirational figure. So that will be very interesting, right? Like how Obama discussed about Singapore education, for example. Like that would be something that is fresh, and yet it can be meaningful to other people. So for this challenge, right, I think what we want to focus on is not really like go in depth on like certain like concept bit by bit. We do have in-depth explanation about a certain concept, but that's not, we see like it's not really optimal in terms of learning, because I think like even at school, right, we often questions like, oh, why do we have to learn biology? Why do we have to learn mathematics, right? So that's, I think like the best way to learn chatbots is actually to experience like end to end what is the concept needed, what is the framework needed to actually build a chatbots. And secondly, right, you go in depth in terms of like what techniques that you have to learn when you want to build chatbot from start to end. So there are two ways to build chatbots for this bootcamp. First, you can build from scratch, and it's not that difficult actually, like because we have the small bite-sized templates that you can learn. But let's say like if you want to learn from like what other people have done previously, we have a list of templates that address certain needs. For example, like chatbots for education and chatbots for digital business as well. And I think specifically for Singapore, chatbot for smart city, because I think some people like in the past, right, the batch 2 students actually built bus uncle like chatbots that helps like elderlies like find out about bus route from place A to place B, and that template's already like kind of like connected with data.gov API, so you can just, instead of like building from scratch, you can just learn from there. I think what's important is that all of you like have some experience about how to build chatbots from start to finish, from the design perspective, from the UI perspective, but also from the back end perspective as well, because that's what's important. Like I think concepts like tools can change like anytime, it's changed very fast, but concepts remain. That's what we want all of you to focus on. I don't know, maybe you have something to perspective to share about like learning chatbots, or like what we hope to our participants to learn from this experience. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on to what Chris was saying, was that different people learn differently. Some of us like to get our hands dirty right at the start. Some people say, no, I want to learn all the concepts from the start, right? And we have both kinds of learning available for you. So later on, I think, Chris, are you going to demo the Mojo.ai platform a bit, just to give them a...
Yeah.
Right. So Chris will show you a bit about what we have from the learning from scratch part. And we've got a lot of materials there, but we want to focus on something called CU 101, Chatbot Uni 101, which is basically gives you a ground up view of building chatbots, a simple chatbots based on something called template matching. And the second point of view is what Chris mentions, I think, is for those of us who are more like to tinker with things, like to play around with things, and want to see the end-to-end full-blown application before we start to learn to go down in depth, then I would recommend actually looking at the templates that Chris is going to show you as well. The templates are mixed. They are in English and in Bahasa Indonesia. And we're actually doing some translations from the Indonesian ones back into English, right? Because we have a lot of participants now in these countries. So actually we'll be doing more multilingual type templates. But either way, okay, we've got something for you, and I hope that you would actually find this whole program for next 4 weeks a wonderful learning experience.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Arnold. So yeah, I just like read through like the comment section, right? Will the slides be shared? Yes, we will. Don't worry. We will send you the slides together with some details and technical instructions as well. And yeah, please only use image. They are copyright free. Yeah, that's true. Because at the end of the day, I think from NLB side, like we actually like the NLB 2. I think we Xavier, like we actually invited them to present, right? Like to the Parliament Secretary, right? Last time. Xavier, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, maybe you can tell a bit about like what happened like after the challenge, right? So what kind of exposures like does the participants get after?
Yeah, generally we will present your the top few selections, like the top 5, I would say, top 5, top 3 of the best chatbots, and we will display them in the public libraries. Earlier on, we also present to the Parliament Secretary as well in Tampines Regional Library and show them some of the creations that the participants created. So we are still working on which other platforms that we can showcase your creations also. Yep, we're still working on it. Yeah, but we are guaranteed that it will appear in the public libraries.
Yeah. So I think like this is part of the large initiatives that NLB is launched. What was it? What is it called? What does it called? Like Xavier, the learning community, right? The LCs.
Yeah. We also showcase them in our learning communities, because right now NLB has a number of learning communities. We have some on codings. We always also have the maker space in our regional libraries. So we also showcase the chatbots there. This is basically how to say, we create interest in chatbots among fellow folks who are also interested in creating chatbots. So we'll also display your chatbots there. So people who are interested, then they can click on your chatbot, because the chatbots are hosted on the AI4IMPACT platform. So anyone can access with the link. So they also can have a trial out of the chatbots that you are created.
Yeah. So it's quite exciting, and I think more importantly, like hope you have fun, like during the learning experience. So moving on to the timeline, right? So actually, like we always have 3 stages, like whenever we do, we call it learn, do, and impact. So during the learn stage, like don't worry, like we'll share with you like these slides later on, but just to give you an overview, the first week is actually first 2 weeks are learn phase. So if you guys, like, what you can do is that after this, you will receive an invite code, and also like technical instructions on these slides on how to actually register your own account into like the online IDE that we have, online platform that we have for you to build chatbots. So and I think hopefully like by this time also you can form a group, 3 to 5% recommended. I mean, it's okay to build chatbots alone, but I think it would be more fun if you learn as a group. So like the first exercise will be just for you to get your hands dirty and submit your first chatbot on the 24th of July. So afterwards, like the second week, we will give you like some kind of like another like map, basically like learning map on what you should learn, like from the 24th to 31st, and we will actually give you some feedback from us. So it can be a live feedback, or it can be a written feedback based on the chatbot you submitted on the first week. So I think it's important for you to submit the chatbot during the first week. Like we find out that a lot of people actually like start learning last minute, and then like they kind of tend to rush. It makes learning a little bit not fun. So more importantly, I think, is to submit the chatbot on 24th of July. Creating a chatbot is quite simple. It's just one click. But what we want to do is that for you to actually like modify the chatbots and inject your own content, so we can comment not just on the technical perspective, but also from the design thinking perspective as well. The second week will be a second chatbot submission. So you can submit a presentation video about your chatbot ideas. It's optional though. It's just to help us like understand what you want to create. And the second one is to submit your chatbot in progress for feedback and evaluation. So you can still like modify your chatbots by then. So yeah, just submit your chatbot development progress by the second week. The second phase is do. Do is where you sort of like already learn the concepts on your own, because we already have the videos there. And this is where you have more like by that time you have more ability to kind of like modify the chatbots to make it more sophisticated according to your target audience. Okay, just one important thing, when you build a chatbot, I think like have a target audience in mind, because like the more like try to avoid like solving a problem that is too general. The more specific it is and the more target audience it is, like the better it is. Like for example, don't build a chatbot for like for a target audience like 5-year-old kids to 75-year-old grandma or grandpas, right? I think have a specific target audience, then build a chatbot built according to what is suitable for them in terms of language and in terms of like value propositions. So for the third week, you can build your own chatbots like at your own pace, and you can submit a working final prototype by 7th of August. So you have 1 week to develop your chatbots at your own pace as well. So the interesting part is that once you submit your chatbot by on the 7th of August, we will actually collate all your chatbots and create a leaderboard, public leaderboard, where we display all the public chat, all the chatbots, and then like get the public to use your chatbots as well. So I think the reason for this is that I think it's important for any app developers or any kind of like product builders, right, to learn from the users, because what we provide, what our suggestion, right, might not be suitable to your target audience suggestions as well. I think it's good to learn from them. But at the end of the day, like what we do is that from 8 to 12, because it's actually hosted on our platform, we have some metrics about like how many users like access to your chatbots, how many interactions there are, and what we do is that we use that for our internal evaluation and select top 5 chatbots or top 8 chat teams to present to the finale. During the finale, the 8 teams will present in front of esteemed judges. So I think like from NLB side, we have someone from GovTech who are going to look at your chatbots as well to give some comments. Don't worry, like the concept is it's not really like, I think we keep it like fun. And for them, I think the more important part is for the expert to provide some feedback as well, so that you can actually take this chatbot forward and then like even continue the projects after this event, because we will still open up the platform for you. So the selected teams will pitch, and then what we do is that we have standard certifications, international certifications. And so what we do is that for everyone who submit the chatbots like during the finale, during the due stage, 7th of August, you will receive a certificate of completions. But let's say, right, if the industry, if the expert judges like actually see your chatbot as being like high quality or being industry standard, we will give you additional certificate of excellence on top of the certificate of completion as well. Yeah, this is basically a boot camp, but we are quite serious when it comes to promoting like good chatbots. And hopefully, like by the end of the day, your chatbots, right, if it really like helps a lot of people, we will actually like invite you to publish your chatbots into a template where a lot of people can actually access your chatbots and expand it further, so that you can actually see like, from what you built like from these 4 weeks, what kind of ideas will pop up, what kind of products can pop up as well, what kind of impacts can you generate from the chatbot that you create for during these 4 weeks. So this is what we do, and we are very like into like collaborative kind of like, we are supportive to collaboration as well, like where people from, let's say, like not just people in Singapore can use your chatbots, but people in Indonesia, like from Rwanda, from Kazakhstan, from Hong Kong, can actually like, can actually like, use your chatbots and then like, build better products from that, and then they can submit back to you. So these are the 4 stages, and yeah, so it's learn, do, impact. And by the end of the day, if you do these steps right, if you follow these steps, you will be able to develop some chatbots that your users kind of like. Okay, actually I have technical instructions, but it's meant for you can read it yourself from the slides, but I'll show you like a quick demo about the platform itself. Okay. So just a simple instructions, right? So what we do is that you will have
the registration as well.
Yeah. So what we do is that like so you can go to like smodule.ai, and this is the first step where you get an invite code from NLB, and you can key in your username and password, and then like you can key in your invitation code. So let's say like you want to have your own, like you can set up your own invite code, your username as well, like NLB123, for example. Oh, okay, NLB123 password yada password. You can key in your email, for example, and then like this invite code will be given by will be distributed over email. So check your inbox and your spam folder just in case, and you key in your invite code here to complete the registration. And don't worry, like these details are just for us to kind of like do the verification. and then you read the terms and condition, and then you create account. After you create account, you can actually access it through editor. So this is the online ID that we have, so that you can build, you can start building chatbots right from your own laptop or from your mobile phone as well, if you want to. Yeah. So you can key in your basically your username and password that you create, and then so what you do is that we have actually two categories: learn and templates. Learn is where you can actually learn chatbot concepts from scratch. So you can just click. We recommend you to start from C101, and then the videos are here, and you can download it as well to get the access to the code base basically. So I already download. So once you click download, right, you actually will receive the file on your own folder. So this is where you can actually start building your own your own chatbot. You don't have to worry about all the details, because it's actually explained under lab instructions. It's pretty short, but you have to watch the videos like a couple times just to make sure you get the details. And then for templates, right? So what you do is that you can go to templates. So this is where we have some templates available that you can download. So for the English one right now is the BuzzBee app. So these are the templates where we have some kind of like connection with Singapore, like data.gov API. You can just look at it. You can watch the instructions, and then you can download here as well. Yeah, and we are actually translating some of the templates as well, because some of them are now being tested to almost, I think, around 5,000 teachers in Indonesia. So don't worry, it's non-programmer safe. It's quite heavily tested as well, and we have some instructions as well. But right now it's in Bahasa, so we are translating it. We are going to upload the English version soon. Yeah. So these are the templates that you can use to start building the chatbot from there. And what you see is that you can actually download this one, and then if you want to publish a chatbot, actually you can just click publish, and then your chatbot is here. Yeah, but what you do is that what you will spend most time on is to actually modify the content and create design the chatbots according to your own content as well. So we have the templates ready, and you can just change the content in a quite the way we kind of DSL domain. We change the syntax so that it's kind of accessible to non-programmers. I think the important part is to kind of experiment how chatbot works, and then apply it to build your own. So these are the two basically resources that you can tap on. Some templates can have some kind of advanced function, for example, do their own calculation, or have some kind of sliders or some kind of interactive features as well. Some of the chat, I think, but we suggest you to start with simpler templates. Then once you get more used to it, you can start with you can continue on the more complex one. Yeah. So Achita will be the simple one. BuzzBee will be a intermediate level, but it's actually well connected with Singapore API, so you can do a lot of things. I think some of them built. This is what I think what NLB. Yeah, what NLB batch 2 students built. For example, chatbot to get to check bus arrival times and nearby bus stops, but I can't use right now because I'm not in Singapore. But the other one is also chatbots to explore playgrounds in Singapore as well, depending on what you need. Yeah. So these are some things that you can build also. Yeah, so these are the two ones. But the rest, right? I think you can just like, you know, it's not difficult to start building chatbots, but it's complicated. It's getting more and more complicated to create something that people really like, to understand what your user needs and apply it into a chatbot. Yeah, so that's basically like how it goes. Yeah, so maybe like I'll just stop just for a while, just to read through like the questions from the YouTube channel. Okay, will there be a hello world kind of simple demo that showcase from start to end today? Yeah, I think you can, when you download CU101, there's a hello world chatbot feature where you can use chatbot to detect bad language and filter it, respond accordingly. So that's on the right on the first lesson of CU101. You can just like download it and then you can just click publish. Then you have your own chatbot. So you don't have to worry about that. Like maybe I can just showcase here. So if you download like CU101 and then you can just go to the topics. So these are like, you know, the simpler form of chatbot where you can detect bad language and then you respond it accordingly. So right now, if I just click main and then you click publish, yeah, this is my own new.
Maybe what you can do is take it right from the top, from the download process, step by step, where because most people are not familiar with the interface yet. So maybe you want to go back.
Okay, sure.
Why don't you close the tabs there first, so that you know we can't start from the scratch, right? So start from the from the learn part. Yeah. So you first click on the learn first.
Yeah.
And you can see CU101, they're building chatbots. Click on that. And there will be a download tab plus some videos. If you look at the videos, click on the videos there. You can see, or you can just scroll down the page. You can see a whole set of videos that will appear, and you can go through those videos. They contain more detailed teaching if you want to look at the details. And if you want to just look at the Hello World kind of like, you know, starting kind of program, then just go on the download part first. Click on download. So after that, yeah, so in this case, Chris has already done the download, right? So he's going to re-download the whole lot. Just go back to the original tab and click on the File Explorer. You can see that little File Explorer out there, right on the left-hand corner, right? So what they'll do is they will show you a whole list of files. So Chris is going to select CU101 because that was the what he clicked. Click on main.m. So main.m is the major file that you're going to work with, and then click on publish. Okay, so what this does is this is a chatbot code. It will take all that chatbot code, make the chatbot for you, and publish it on the web for you. And there's a link in which it's shown your chatbot is published as. You click on that link, and that immediately goes into the sample chatbot code. Okay, and this chatbot says, "Hello, how are you?" Right now, this is a very basic chatbot, and all it will do is just to respond to anything with "I don't understand the question." And but if you scold it, you say silly or something like, or some other word, then you'll say don't be rude and so on, right? So we show you how to amend this chatbot in the lab instructions. So if you go back to the lab instructions, go back to the File Explorer, there's something called lab instructions there. When you click on that, yeah, click on lab instructions. Okay, so you can see there is session 1, session 2, and so on. And the sessions roughly correspond to the videos as well. So it would be helpful that you read the text, try to answer the questions here. And if you're not completely clear, you can look at the videos as well, right? So both the videos in this case are important. Sorry, I think maybe the better idea is to look at the videos first before you attempt to answer the questions. And that is what we call learning from scratch. It would take you about a few hours to complete if you're fast. The important videos are video number 1, 2, and 3. Those are the core parts of the basic chatbot thing. And that will take you only about, I think, 2 hours, right? Then later on, when you want to do the other stuff, like 4, 5, and 6, that's more advanced. But you should be doing those things to make more complete chatbots. Okay, So my recommendation is that if you want to do more advanced chatbots, then go all the way until session 8, right? Which is, I think, persistent storage. Yeah. Okay. So this is the route where you want to just do it from scratch. Okay. If you don't want to do it from scratch and you think, okay, look, I can hack this. I can, just take an existing chatbot and maybe you want to amend it. Then if you go back to your main page, go to templates, right? If you click on templates, Chris, you'll see a whole lot of templates out here. The first 4 are in English and the rest are in Bahasa. Okay. The simplest Bahasa template would be Achita. And I don't think it's too difficult to understand what it's trying to do. If you click on the template itself, let's click on Achita, for example, right? And we can click on download maybe. Now, unfortunately, the videos are all in Bahasa Indonesia. So unless you speak the language, it doesn't make much sense. But even so, the code should be not too hard to hack. We've had a lot of people who are English speaking from all parts of the world taking this template and hacking it and actually making use of it. And we are very shortly in the process of translating it into English within the next few, I think maybe today or tomorrow, right, Chris?
It's done actually, so we can just like publish it. Yeah.
Right. We'll be putting up the code, the English version of Achita very
soon.
Right. It's a very, very simple chatbot, but it does. It basically was designed to teach primary school kids about the different parts of plants. Okay. So if you go back, so once you click on the download, now you guys are familiar. Go back again to the file explorer again, right? Click on that thing, and you will see RE01-Achita, right? And then click on chatbot and click on main and then do the publish as usual. But in this case, you'd have to hack the code itself. This chatbot contains a quiz, so you also learn how to add questions to a quiz and so on. Okay. So this stuff is being translated into English and we put it up either today or tomorrow, perhaps. Okay. Okay, so those are the 2 approaches that we have. And you can see this is a, well, pretty basic chatbot, but it's still interesting. There are some English templates, which Chris mentioned, and those are, I feel, a little more complicated. There are 2, okay, so there is one called the Magical Egypt Tours, which is a simple chatbot for promoting a hypothetical tour of Egypt. Okay, it's actually meant as an exercise, and we used to run these as an exercise before, so you can actually try and look at that as well if you don't like Achita. And it also contains a video as well, so to teach you how to design good chatbots, right? And there's also, I think, you're going to go back to the English one section, Chris. There are 2 more, FindMe and BuzzBee, right? So BuzzBee is, I think, fairly complicated, actually. If you're just starting off, if you never programmed anything before in your life, I would suggest don't do this. Okay, you can download and you can publish and you can try it out. But I would suggest don't try to hack this chatbot because it is more complex, but it does come with detailed instructions. That's the good part about BuzzBee. Okay, there's another one called the FindMe app. Okay, and it also, I think, comes with a video as well. Does it come with a video? Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, and this one, I think it's also fairly complex because it uses something called data storage, the backend database, and so on. So you want to store data and capture data, then this is the app that. But it's fairly complicated in that sense that you I think need to get at least the basics under your belt before you start attempting to try these more complicated templates. Okay. All right. So why don't we go back, Chris? And I think that's about it. There's also community as well. If you click on community, it basically shows you your own page. So all of us are given our own page. This part is still something that you can showcase your own applications and share your own code if you want to, right? And if you can search someone else's code as well. Let's say you search by username. So like my username is Arnold. right? If you click on that, you can see the two pieces of code that I published. Okay, so the first one is on a Smojo bot, right? Which you can try also if you can download the code. If you go back again there, click on the file explorer, you would see, yep, you gotta go up, Chris. You can see under my name, Arnold, and then you can see Smojo bot, right? Not that one. Smojo bot, yeah, there we go. Okay, click on main and publish, right? So this would give you the bot that I was working on, and you can try just M, for example. So this is a bot that teaches you how to program in Smojo. At least it tells you how to use the various words and so on. It's incomplete, right? It was meant as a demo for one of our classes, but you can have a look at it and hack it if you want to. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for me.
Yep. I think just another feature as well. Like if you really like to design your profile as well, you can actually edit your name.
You need to show them where to put this, because I think that's
oh yeah. I think it's on the gear here, profile settings.
Click that.
Then you can select your own image. You can get it from your own. I mean, you can insert any image you like, and then yeah, I think this is just for anyone when they discover your code, right? They can actually see your profile like that. So that what we do is that because so what happened is that, let's say for example you are a teacher, you have your own hobbies groups, right? And you like to actually I mean share your knowledge, right, your chatbots to other people, because they might be interested to build chatbots, similar chatbots like you do. So we use community page. They use community page so that they can, when they get this account, they can just look at your chatbot and then expand from there. The second use cases are actually for group project, where let's say, right, you want to expand some content. You want to expand the content of the chatbots. So you have someone else build the chatbots, build the frame, and then they can just upload it to your community. Your own team member actually download it, and then add more images or content or GIF and all that. They save, they submit back to the community, and then you get the more complete version. So that one also is very easy as well. You can just go to any chatbot project you have. You can click share with community, and then you can just say NLB. You can name it. Oh, ABC. And then when you go to your community, right? This is this is your new template that people can access when they search your user name. So yeah, I think it's meant to be fun and collaborative. So you can but in any case, any questions you have, you can just ask us. So on the technical instructions the slide that we're going to send, there's actually a link to my bad. There's a link to Discord channel and Telegram group as well. So this is where you can actually discover the previous questions that people have asked before, and then basically also where you can ask questions and get other people also answer or ask answer to you. So yeah, I think that's how we can learn together. Okay. Does Mojo coding site support other languages such as Chinese? Yes, we do. We can. In fact, we have basically it can detect Chinese character as well, but it could not detect Chinese code. You can basically, but maybe that's later on when you want to learn the technology in more detail. Yeah. But you can, yeah, you can. Any other questions, guys? Can we do chatbot in Chinese? Someone did, but maybe you want to share some experience or not?
Yeah, so you actually, people have done chatbots in Chinese. I think they did it for the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. But the problem I think for that chatbot was that they had some technical issues with programming, nothing to do with the Chinese language itself. So yes, the answer is yes, you can do chatbots in Chinese. It is no different from doing chatbots in other languages. But I must say that the techniques that we're teaching you are optimized for English. Okay, but you can use it. You can use Chinese for sure.
Okay, yeah, I think all of these bots are the English ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chinese group, I think in the end didn't post their results because they had some technical issues dealing with it. It wasn't here, Chris. I think it was on the
NLB one, was it?
One, I think it was one.
Yeah, the Harry Potter one, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, I can send the link to all of you later on. This is the NLB 2 finalists basically. I'll share it on the YouTube channel so you can see. Can chatbot do payment and able to patch to Messenger? The answer is basically like for now we don't open access that functionalities yet. But what you can do is, because like in Singapore, right, we do have like you can actually like process payment through like PayNow, right? So yeah, what you have is that, like, let's say you have a certain vendor and you have a certain QR code that you already have under your PayNow account, you can actually publish it there just to process the payment. So that because this is actually open for public, we want to keep it safe. So what you can do is that I think you can have your own like PayNow account, so that at the very least, when there's a payment involved, you can process it yourself and then on your own platform.
Yeah. Also, if your platform also supports, like say Messenger, for example, supports an API type payment, then the answer is yes, because we actually thought for the previous run, we actually did APIs as well. Okay, so if you want to look at the videos and the teaching for the APIs, then you can look at the BuzzBee app. It also includes some sample code on how to hook up to other kinds of APIs if you're really interested.
Yeah,
right? I think it depends on the backend platform on the other side.
Yeah, I think some participants combine weather data and bus data as well. So if you can check also like during during rainy seasons, like what is the best bus route, or given the weather situation. So that's actually very interesting, and we are quite fortunate in Singapore that there are ample of like almost real time data that you can play around with. Yeah. Is the published chatbot free hosting on Smojo? Yeah, we provide the hosting under app.smojo.org. So like, yeah, we can. That what you build will be accessible to other people as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it is freely hosted. Yes.
Any other questions? Okay. Yeah, we do actually have the Telegram group for this. Actually, we have a Discord group for this. So after this, right, NLB team, Xavier's team will actually send you the invite codes for you to register your chatbot, and also the slides that we present just now. That slides contain the link to a Discord group where you can ask questions directly, and also like a step-by-step guide to set up your own account as well and explore the templates and learn. So you don't worry, you don't have to take notes. All of the details are actually mentioned on the technical guide. Is the privacy of interaction with the chatbot protected? In what sense? Oh yeah. But I mean, when it comes to like can other people like look at the interactions that other users have? Definitely no. It's actually like it's one-to-one interaction between like the user and your chatbot. The only time where you can the only time the only person that can see the interaction is the developer, and only if you put locks on the chatbot as well. We don't record all the interactions, so to say, because it's kind of not efficient, and it's from the data science standpoint, there are a lot of like the signal to noise ratio is very low. So you have to be very strategic when it comes to like which data to be collected. Yeah. is this only open to Singapore-based person? I think that's this NLB program. So is it open only for people in Singapore, Xavier?
I think because given that this is on live streaming, I think we can say that it's open for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we submit the chatbot on the designated days? We'll email you like the submission form. It's a simple Google form where you can submit. So but we'll release it on a daily basis. No, on a weekly basis. So you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I think now it's 5 o'clock. So if you have any questions, for 4 o'clock. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
Instructions on the team formations. Clear instructions on the team formations.
Okay, the team formations, like what we'll do is that we'll send you a matchmaking. If you need some help when it comes to finding new person, we'll send you a matchmaking group where you can actually introduce one another.
Yeah, so you need to explain, I think, that the matchmaking groups are in Telegram.
Telegram, yeah.
Telegram is a networking app. I think because Telegram is not commonly used in Singapore. It's like WhatsApp, but plus. Okay. And we use Telegram because it's much better in terms of organizing the users and so on, and privacy and whatnot. So you need to download Telegram and on your phone, okay, in order to actually participate in the matchmaking process. And I think all of you will receive instructions on how to join that matchmaking group as well, all of you, okay? And then if you feel that you don't have team members, then because this competition is actually, if you want to join if you want to learn, then you can just learn by yourself if you want to, okay? That's up to you. But if you want to compete, then you have to compete in a team. And is there a team size, Chris?
3 to 5.
3 to 5, okay? So you need to actually find at least 3 to 5 people that you want to work with in a team. They can be anybody. Now, if you don't have anyone, then you can take advantage of the matchmaking group on Telegram, join it, and we will actually guide you. You can introduce, once you join in, you just introduce yourself, say, hi, I'm Arnold, and I don't have any experience in programming, or I have experience in programming, or let's say I'm a creative person, I can do graphic design and so on, or let's say I'm good at communications, or let's say I'm passionate about, I don't know, about apples, okay, right? Something like that. Introduce yourself so that other people in the matchmaking group can decide also whether they want to join your team or you want to join their team, etc. Okay, and once you're finished having enough people in your group, then please remove yourself from that matchmaking group so that we can keep that group clean, so that then we know that, okay, look, there are some people who really need help to actually find partners. Okay, so please keep an eye out, because this is an important part of the criteria if you want to complete the competition right to the end. Okay.
Yeah. Are the techniques to build the chatbot similar to the Telegram chatbot? Yeah, I think the Telegram chatbot use like template matching because it's a simple one. But the I think we've seen like Telegram chatbot before. They lack flexibility when it comes to design and interactions as well, because it's harder for you to customize the design according to what you want. And sometimes like people like are too lazy to download Telegram group, but they are okay to actually visit a web link. So I think the web app actually is beneficial, when it comes to to expanding your chatbot to as many users as possible.
Yeah, so it is actually a bit similar, but actually a lot not similar. Okay, so the technique, as Chris mentions, uses something called template matching, which is what we teach as well. But it's not similar in the sense that what can you do, right? So the chatbots we will teach you can do a lot more than what Telegram does, obviously, because Telegram is quite limited. And also there is a lot of back-end connections that you can use with the chatbots that we are going to teach you. But that's optional for you to learn, and we won't teach you face-to-face. There is a lot of learning materials and sample templates and so on, like the BuzzBee app, the Find Me app, and so on. right? So there's a lot of learning materials out there on our platform, but it's really up to you to go and discover it if you want to do it. Okay.
Yeah. And I think one thing that one surprising thing that we discovered from our students is that they actually use iframe a lot in the chatbot interaction. So you can actually include a 3D model into a chatbot. You can include, like, for example, like SoundCloud, or you can include like any web assets that is iframeable, like that you can put a snippets on. That is actually doable, and it makes like your chatbot actually, like, simple on back end, but on the front end it looks very sophisticated. So that's what we also learn from our students as well. Like, I think that's the beauty part about like learning and in a community, right? Sometimes like the developer like us like also learn a lot from the students. And yeah, at the end of the day, like, giving like lots of flexibilities will give you guys like more options to express your creativity lah. And that's much better to do in web app compared to Telegram. Integrated in WhatsApp, yes. You basically, like, because WhatsApp right now has a WhatsApp link, so you can look at the lab instructions, and there's a guideline on that part where you can connect your users to WhatsApp. Yeah. I mean, if you want to join like as an individual, you can, but we really advise you to form a team.
We will only give feedback to those people who form teams, just to let you guys know. So I think after week 1, is that correct, Chris?
Yeah. The week 2 onwards, like because the week 1 maybe you are still forming a group, so it's okay. But of course, like when we do it, the feedback will be given to those who already put some kind of work on the chatbots, like not just like those who just like submit the chatbot for the sake of submission. Yeah.
So when's the first chatbot due?
First week.
First week, yeah. So after the end of the first week, you have to form at least some kind of teams. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to form the teams before we will actually are willing to give you guys some feedback on your work. All right.
Yeah. So any other questions like from YouTube channel?
Oh, Clara has a question whether can the chatbot be integrated into WhatsApp?
Yeah, in a way that integration in the chatbot can be connected to WhatsApp. So like the use case is that, like, if you are trying to sell something, right? Then like if the customer wants to connect to the WhatsApp directly, to your WhatsApp link directly, you can just have a WhatsApp link as a button. You click it and then it directs to your WhatsApp. Yeah. The reason is because sometimes, like, if the customers like this is the use case for like the digital business, right? Like sometimes like the customers would like to actually explore the product first before talk to the person, but they want to talk to the person like sooner or later to complete the purchase or to ask more details, right? So what the chatbot does is to automate the 80% of the work on a web app, where it's a safe space for the customers to explore. Then once they are confident about it, they want to ask questions, they want to convert them into sales, then they connect to a WhatsApp channel. So that's how it works.
Yeah, you can actually get the WhatsApp to direct into the chatbot, and you get chatbot to direct into WhatsApp, but you can't hold a conversation in WhatsApp through the chatbot. Yeah. So coming in and going out, both okay, but continuing conversation, no, that's only within the chatbot itself, because WhatsApp is very limited in what it can do. You can only display inline text.
Yeah. Can we form a group of 2 instead? Like the thing is that the 3 to 5 is the recommended team size. Like we just have I mean, in all, like I mean, by the end of the day, like, those who are, I mean, at the if you can like build chatbots, like, with your friend, like just like 2 of you, I think we I mean we can accept that, like, but coming back like to the learning experience, right? I think we because we've run this like to over like right now I think like 25,000 participants, and yet like I think it's still like the most optimal like group size is 3 to 5. 2 is okay, but because the reason why we emphasize 3 to 5 over and over again is because that's the ideal like team size for you to learn and build chatbots together lah, and do something that is quite substantially like impactful.
Yeah, if you want to learn, I think 2 is fine, but I think if you want to win, you need to look at 3 to 5.
Yeah, definitely, like definitely. Can users send a picture to our chatbot and for chatbot to read the picture and initiate a response? That requires like additional like a layer called like machine vision, right? So the answer is that like you need to use like external technology to do that, because that's actually an external added technology. So and I mean from the data science point of views, like that might not be the best idea, because like machine vision, like it depends on the use cases as well. Like not all machine vision like APIs or like features are good for certain stuff as well.
Yeah, so you can submit images and you can actually get them classified if you've got an AI backend on the other side with an API. Okay, so it's possible, and the chatbot in that sense they're supported, but we don't teach machine vision and we don't supply the algo for it because it's too costly to run.
Yeah,
it's to run.
But like free like computer vision, like an API, and you want to link that up, I think you can. Okay. No age limit. Like motivation to learn is the key. Like I think like we really practice like what it means to be a lifelong learner, because I think our oldest learner is actually like 70 years old, and the first course, like the first lesson they take is not the chatbot course. It's actually like the deep learning for forecasting courses, and yet they she still managed to learn the concepts. Doesn't come up with a good prediction, but he tries really hard. So no age limit. I think motivation to learn is the most important. Yeah. WhatsApp Business API is on WhatsApp. Ours is on web app, meaning that like I think basically like for the chatbot that we have, this much more interactive, because you can insert a lot of like interactive web medias on the chatbots. The second one is easier to code as well, definitely, because we are not tied to basically WhatsApp basically like API and all that services as well. The third one is more flexible. That means that like you can just actually upload it on Instagram. You can share it on the link tree, or you can share it on whichever domain you have, even on including on WhatsApp. So yeah, I think that's the fourth one, is that it's not directly connected to your mobile phone, so it gives like the user a certain sense of privacy before they interact with to seriously interact to process an intent. So that's what we discovered. Maybe we can have two more like questions and we call it a day. Two more questions, guys. If the group size is not 3 and 5, there's no point in submission. There's not be any feedback, right? I think there is a first feedback. That's definitely like the first feedback is open. For the second feedback, I think like what we want to see is a chatbot that is substantially like modified according to your own content. I think the important part for doing the feedback is that what we don't want, because I think what from our side also, like we like to see like the students actually do their best. And I mean it's actually about the chatbot that is submitted. It's not just, I mean that's more important. And 3 to 5, typically a group of 3 to 5 on the second week, they submitted like a much more like modified chatbot that actually like fits to what they are going to what they want to achieve. So yeah, I mean, as long as your chatbots are heavily modified, you have learned the concepts, you applied it, and you create your own content, I think we will happily like take that into considerations. Yeah, you can we actually like there is a tutorial that step-by-step tutorial that shows you how to hack the templates, and it's quite comprehensive as well. We will share like the templates are there. We will share the guidebook that is quite detailed, so you don't have to worry about it. Is I mean, if you want, you can Google Translate actually from the Bahasa one, but we are going to release the English version soon on some templates. I think the Bus B and Find Me app, those are already available in English, and these are the exclusive English templates. They are much more sophisticated, so you can actually also like explore that. It's just that like for the basic ones, like we're going to translate it into English. Okay, I think Xavier, like I think you do you have any notes to share to the participants? Or Arnold, you have anything to share before we close the session?
No, I'm good.
I'll go first.
Why don't you go first, Xavier? So
mine just a quick one. I have pasted the link to the slides that Christian presented just now in the chat. Yep, the link is there already. So if you need the slides, you can take a look at it. I'll also include it in the emails that I'll be sending out with the codes as well, so that you all will have all the necessary info inside. Okay, Arno, over to you.
Okay, so just to bear in mind, just again, because we get sometimes a lot of people being surprised by this competition again and again, although we say it quite often, and that is that it's not walk in the park, and it's not every weekend. Okay, and don't expect us to come in and have lectures every weekend either. Okay, we do have, on the other hand, a set schedule, which Chris will share with you. And we have self-learning materials. We will encourage you at certain points, if you feel that we want to include an extra class on certain topics that people really don't understand or not very clear, that we will arrange on an ad hoc basis on a weekday. And where we also have milestones as well. So we'll give you homework, and your team, your group needs to actually complete this homework. And then we'll definitely do the face-to-face, over Zoom, yeah, where we give you feedback on your chatbots and so on. So just to clarify those points, okay, it's not just a one day event, or let's say once every weekend, okay? It is something that might involve more of your time.
Yeah. It's a 4-week bootcamp, self-paced, flexible timing. You can learn at your own. The videos are very short, but but it's very packed with concepts. So like, it's okay like not to understand all concepts like from one take. Even for me, it takes like 2 or 3 repetitions to really understand the concepts. But once you get it, you can apply it like to any I mean, to a large extent, because we filtered like the concepts learned to the one that we use most often when it comes to building chatbots. So yeah, but more importantly, I think have fun. Like this is like we don't set up like you can share, like you can build whatever, like whichever things that you are most passionate at, and yeah, don't be so constrained. And yeah, also like if you want to invite your kids, you can as well. Sometimes like kids also provide like more creative ideas as well. So it's actually a safe space for you to innovate and a safe space for you to, start learning how to build some digital applications. Yeah. Okay. Or otherwise, you can also wait for us, like, to launch the programs in your own schools, like, because we work with schools as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Without further ado, like, I think we'll call it a day. So like at latest by tomorrow, like you get today I think there's already slides being shared. Or latest by tomorrow, you'll receive the submission links and a Telegram group as well. Yeah. Okay. Have a good weekend. For those of you planning to travel soon, like, have a safe travel, and we'll see you again like next week during the live feedback session. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.